Kirov reporting.
Hello comrades. Yes, that's right, new build. It was supposed to be corpse consumer, cast when damage taken, necromancer spark, but at some point, we realized that the sustain in this build was unsolvable. But, we really wanted to play a spark build. So, after a day of cooking in POB, we found it, the perfect spark build that combines big damage, giga speed, and most importantly, a high effective hit pool, without mage blood. Science spark. Self-chill. Self-offering. The idea is simple, and yet, everything works together so well. So, first, self-chill, in a nutshell, we trigger Forbidden right every 4 seconds. With this mod, the self-damage proc chill, through Call of the Void. Winterweave converts the chill effect, and Lethe Shade extends the overall duration of our self-applied debuff. It's crazy how almost nobody uses this combo anymore. Self-offering is more complicated. We need the Queen's Hunger, Leash of Ablation, and Amulet Enchantment, Hollow Effigy. The Queen's Hunger triggers each offering skill every 5 seconds in sequence, and offerings affect our character as well. So, with enough duration from the tree, and support gems, we can have all those buffs permanently. Leash of Ablation lets us have all 3 offerings, and, with Hollow Effigy, we don't even need corpses. On top of that, we could use this new Bloodline Ascendancy, for even more buffs from offerings. And yes, duration also affects our spark, which means even more hidden DPS in POB. Also, with tons of duration, we can use Vol Smite, for extra flat lightning damage. So, we were using Spellslinger, with 4 different lightning spells. It works, but single target damage was way too low. Well, it's time to switch to Spark. By the way, we found a Sacred Orb in Act 8. Kinda lucky, and unlucky at the same time. Because it could be 3 Divine Orbs. So, first of all, new wands. We need cast speed, flat lightning damage, and most importantly, projectile speed. Good. And, random 5-link body armor. Should be enough. Good, now we can play the game. And first, let's cap our resistances. Rare Amulet. New Ring. And, new Graft Hands, with projectile speed. Perfect, we are ready. So yeah, for now, we can't use self-chill, or self-offering combos. We need more currency first. Good enough, but Spark without any budget feels giga bad. We choose Cyan because she's very close to those duration passive nodes. And, Cyan doesn't even need the last 2 ascendancy points. So we can use Bloodline Ascendancy almost without any downsides. We will probably stack a lot of auras, but, it's not an aura stacker. The best way to make currency right now, is Hive Fortresses. Even low-level womb gifts are pretty expensive. And, Ritual, of course. Good, our first big item. Oh well, our first Divine Orb, and we can't even defer it, never lucky. Why do people stop using Winterweave plus Call of the Void combo? It's so great, not only we get 30% action speed, we also have free chill and freeze, which is a big defensive layer, especially for Spark. Alright, 450 Chaos Orbs, should be enough for a big reroll. And first, we need mandatory uniques. The Queen's Hunger. Of course. New gloves, we can't use a 6-link in our body armor, because for better offering uptime, we have to use more duration, and efficacy support gems. But, we have another option, 7-link gloves, somewhere in the future. For now, we will use Elder Gloves, with level 20 faster projectile speed. Yeah, something like this. Belt, Leash of Ablation, another mandatory item. Ashes of the Star, pretty cheap, and very effective amulet. Winterweave, and Call of the Void, of course. Scepter, with trigger mod, so we can proc Forbidden right every 4 seconds. Let's not forget about Lethe Shade, of course. Another important thing, we need about 50 to 65% Chaos Resist, to proc 30% chill, and not losing 70% of our health every 4 seconds. 75 is too much. New Shield, with +1 to Lightning Spell and Chaos Resistance. Also, more elemental, and chaos resist from helmet and boots. 62%, is that enough, or too much? Yes, 30% chill, perfect. And, last item, Watcher's Eye. So, let's test the build. Well, actually not bad. Pretty fast, plus, the shatter sound effect makes this build so much better. Finally, our first Divine Orb. Untainted Paradise, sad that it's only a tier 5 map. Instead of normal Spark, let's use Nova. More damage, and 4 extra projectiles. What's the point of normal Spark anyway? New upgrade, Unnatural Instinct. Right here. 9% movement speed, 8% life, and some cast speed, pretty good. And, for better sustain, we need this Leech Mastery. Perfect. We actually like 3.27, but, it seems like this is one of the worst leagues ever, in terms of player retention. Even worse than Calandra, imagine that. We're not sure why, but probably nerfing all endgame strats was a bad idea. Also, the reworked Breach doesn't even feel that great. Let's hope they will focus on those problems in 3.28. It would be nice to see new Atlas Tree, because let's be real, we have the same endgame for over 3 years, we need something new. Imagine Firish idols with new trade system, for example. Damn, those lavish womb gifts are actually busted. Alright, new weapon. So, we need a scepter with a trigger mod. But there is a problem, it's not a veiled mod anymore. Turns out, it only drops from Incursion Toxic Room. There are plenty of them on a trade, so, we have to use a Recombinator, or, a Fracture Orb later. Flat damage, cast speed, crit multi, not bad. So, new Cluster Jewels. Large, with elemental damage leech, Storm Rider, for power charge sustain, and Prismatic Heart as a filler. And, 2 medium Cluster Jewels, with projectile speed, and cast speed. Lightning damage Light of Meaning. Right here. Almost 30% more damage, that's big, especially with Unnatural Instinct. And, Timeless Jewel, with Dorian mod. This keystone will make our character a lot more tankier, because now we have Giga double sustain, with Insta Leech Mastery. Also, it's finally time to use the full power of the Atlas Tree. Betrayal, tier 17, and Shrines. With those scarabs. We haven't tried the Immortal Syndicate since they reworked it, so, the time has come. Damn, a reliquary key. But, we just have to sell it. It's a cool gamba if you're rich, but not when you're poor. But yeah, even with low retention, softcore trade feels amazing even now, since we have new trade system. We're still not sure how to run the syndicate, but usually if we see someone with 3 stars, we send them to the gulag. And, of course, we need more research intelligence. Damn, it's always worth it to use lavish womb gifts. Our effective hit pool is giga low, we need to fix that as soon as possible. Well, 2k Chaos Orbs, should be enough. And first, we need a new helmet, with a double mana reservation mod. As usual, we will use a Deafening Essence of Loathing. Good enough, now we reroll prefixes with an Eldritch Chaos Orb. Decent. And the last step, we need a mana reservation implicit. Perfect. New amulet, with +1 fractured lightning skill gems. This time, we need a Deafening Essence of Zeal. For extra cast speed. Good enough. And of course, we need the Hollow Effigy enchantment. Just casual rare boots. And, since we have more mana, we can use 2 extra auras. Flesh and Stone, and, Arctic Armor. Alright, time to kill Katarina. They changed the boss fight as well, we didn't know that. That was scuffed, but we did it. Let's finally finish the 4th lab. Perfect. Alright, now we have 13% more damage, 33k effective hit pool, and 19% movement speed. Just from one bloodline ascendancy. With 75-75 block, the build finally feels good. DPS is still low, but we will fix that later. Wait, how did we die? And again? What is going on? Alright, we've found the problem. This ascendancy actually kills us, if our offering expires. Reading is hard. And sometimes, we don't have enough mana to proc another offering, so, we just need life damp. Perfect. Why are we still dying? Well, that's because earlier we leveled up a gem in our body armor. Even though this gem doesn't connect with offering skills, it completely screws the internal timer. Good, now everything works as intended. We should have done this a long time ago. We need to fix our ailments. We get anti-freeze from Arctic armor, but how about shock and ignite? Shock is easy, we just need a jewel with double reduced effective shock, plus, this Pantheon. Ignite is also easy, we can just use a ring, with a cannot be ignited implicit. Perfect. Damn, we just realized that all this time we used the wrong map, because Atoll drops the worst tier 17 maps. So, instead, let's use Crimson Temple. This map has a good tight layout, plus, it drops a Sanctuary map, which is twice as expensive. Finally, something big. Alright, level 95. Time to fix our damage. First, we need 7 link gloves. There is a 2-craft path, an expensive one, with Essence of Horror, blocks, and Orb of Dominance. Or, a cheap one, with fossils. We're not super rich yet, so, let's use the second option. And first of all, we need double influenced, Shaper plus Elder Gloves base. Good. So, we will use Etheric, Shuddering, and Deft fossils. Holy, this one is really good actually, sometimes lucky. New flasks. And, new big, plus small cluster jewel, with extra mana reservation mod. So we can use an extra aura, haste. And holy, the build feels amazing now. 324 movement speed, and we barely even started. This build has so much future potential. So, stay tuned. And of course, if you like this video, leave a like, or comment, or both. See ya in the next videos, comrades.
Orders, comrade?